Welcome to Mr. Marr's Lockdown History, quick summaries about a range of different historical topics. In today's episode we're going to one of the biggest mysteries of the 20th century, which was the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. John F. Kennedy became American President in January 1961, having been elected the previous November. He was the 35th man to hold this post, and at 43 he was the youngest president then and to this day. He was also a Catholic, the only person to have held such a role. One of the things that makes Kennedy most famous was that in 1963 he was assassinated, and the circumstances around that remain very contentious, something of a mystery. Let's look then at the facts of the assassination. The key facts that we know for certain are, in November the 22nd, 1963, Kennedy went to Dallas in Texas. He did so as part of a campaign meeting to do with his re-election, which would take place a year after. Whilst in the visit, he was driving round Dallas. He was accompanied by 5 other people in the car. This was his wife, Jackie, Governor John Conley and his wife Nellie, and 2 Secret Service agents. At around 12:30 they were driving in an area of Dallas called Dealey Plaza, and turned left into Elm Street, driving past a building called the Texas Book Depository. At 12:30 gunshots rang out and John F. Kennedy was hit. He was rushed to Parkland Hospital, but around half an hour later he was declared dead. Around 70 minutes after Kennedy had been shot, a man called Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested. As well as killing Kennedy, he was also accused of killing a police officer, J.D. Tippit. However, before Oswald could be formally put on trial or even properly questioned, he was shot dead by a man called Jack Ruby. Before he was shot, Oswald had denied killing Kennedy, describing himself as a patsy and saying that he was being picked on simply because he had once lived in the Soviet Union. An official investigation took place led by the most senior judge in America, Earl Warren, known as the Warren Commission, and this concluded, amongst other things, that Oswald had in fact killed Kennedy whilst acting alone. This is where the contention comes. Many people think that it's absurd to suggest that Oswald either killed Kennedy on his own, or perhaps was even involved at all. There are various problems for this. Some people claim it was impossible for one man to have fired the gunshots quickly as they did. Others claim it was impossible for Oswald, in the building he was supposed to have been in, to have been able to see Kennedy to shoot properly. There was also claims that gunshots could be heard from different areas, suggesting that more than one person was involved. Various groups have been accused of being involved, including the Mafia, the Cubans, the CIA, and the Russian KGB, but to this day only one man has ever officially been accused of the assassination.